A dry stretch of a Perthshire river is to flow for the first time in 60 years in a major milestone for salmon conservation. It was announced that water will return to 10 miles of the River Garry tributary at the opening of the Tay salmon season this morning. Work will start within weeks to reverse the effects of decades of water being used to power a Highland hydro scheme. Lynn Rankin reports.
A piped procession for the king of fish.
Bring good fortune to all those that fish in the 2017 season.
As the traditional blessing at McClure in Perthshire marked the start of the salmon season on the River Tay, anglers were toasting a dry river. Decades after it was drained, water will soon work its way down the River Garry, a main tributary to the Tay.
It was one of the first major rivers in Scotland developed for hydro, and basically all the water was abstracted, and for the last 60 years it hasn't produced any salmon. SSE are now going to be restoring flow to it, and it'll take a few years. The salmon population will then gradually recover, and that will probably produce, say, another 1,500, mainly spring salmon.
Clearly hydro operators are not normally known as a fisherman's best friend, although we've seen the Upper Garry as a special case where we should look to re-water the river. We currently abstract water from the upper tributaries of the Garry, and we're about to start working those that will allow water to be released in a controlled manner down the river to ensure a flow is maintained in the river at all times.
Good news for anglers who were quick to reel in the first catch of the season. Not a salmon, but a sea trout.
Very exciting, but you've turned it to the water, so fight another day.
This beat in particular, the average is about 190 for the season, but last year they dropped to 180. So it's, what do you blame it on? The seals, the offshore netting or whatever. I mean, it's a bit of a shame.
With fewer salmon in our rivers, last year marked the worst season in decades on the River Tay. But with water returning to a part of the River Garry this year, more anglers are hoping it will be a case of tight lines. Lynn Rankin, STV News, by the River Tay.